So truth be told that you can use kitchen tools for making soaps. One of those being bowls, different shapes and sizes. What I did when I first started off was I used a bucket. I got it from the Home Depot. As a matter of fact, it looked like this. HDX mixing container. It says at the bottom it's HDPE with the number 2 in a triangle. So I knew that I could use these for soap making. You can go to the Home Depot or Lowe's and they're in the paint section. Now if you don't want to buy anything, you don't have to. You can kitchen tools, bowls from your kitchen to use in your soap making adventure. And what I'm going to show you is some of those very tools that were repurposed from my kitchen into my soap studio, so this way I wouldn't discard it or throw it away or even goodwill it. For example, I had so many of these little bowls, and these are stainless steel. It's very handleable. I use these to mix up bath bomb products. Like when I'm making bath bombs, I might have a separate color here. And this is where this pulls double duty. Not only do I use it in soap making, I also use it for making the bath bomb products as well. Bowls of this type, metal bowl, plastic can be used as well. I use those in soap making. These are small containers. And now the Dollar Tree, where you can find so many things for soap making that are very affordable. And these mixing bowls, you can mix your soap bases in here for glycerin and for cold process soap making. And I like the handle because you can pour, if you're making your cupcake soaps, you can pour the bases very easily. Splitting the batches, you can pour very easily. It has a spout. Just giving you some different ideas on what you can choose to incorporate in your soap shop. This container was given to me. It has that HDPE 2. I knew that I could use it in the soap shop, especially when it's around the holidays and you're making lots of soap. I wanted to be sure that I didn't have to go wash something first before I could use it. 4 containers that are sizable. This one I did purchase, and I really like this one because it's translucent and it has the measuring gauges on the side. A sizable batch that I can make here. I can almost make a double batch. And probably the first one that I did invest in was this one right here. And this is one that I use for my confetti soaps. But this is what I generally clean my soaps over. So I'll do the beveling and the planing. That'll happen with this bucket here. And from time to time, it will accumulate so many little pieces of different cold processed or glycerin pieces of soap in here. And then eventually I can transfer them into containers and start a batch of a confetti soap. And for all of this stuff, I'm definitely going to leave some links in the description box below. Now this is a Cambro container, and this is the Mac Daddy of them all. To me, in my opinion, I love this one because it's absolutely clear. I really like the feel of it. I like that it's handleable because I have 2 handles on either side, and when I'm pouring, I can pour so easily. I can really handle it with no problem whatsoever. So I really like this container here. This one, Webstaurant. It was either the Webstaurant store, which is a web-based restaurant supply store that you can find access to on the internet if you're interested. Alright, now all of these containers that I've shared with you so far is just for mixing everything. That means your hard oils, your liquid oils, everything is in the vat. You're also going to need, if you should have, a pot. Your recipes, you'll want to gently bring the consistency of those oils and butters to a liquid form. So you're going to need a pot and a heat source if that's what you want to use. Now, before I share with you a different method, but let me share with you the pot that I use. This was something that, and it smells so good. It smells just like cocoa butter. I bought this pot. I don't know how many liters it is. Let's see. And it doesn't have it. This was from Walmart. It does what I need it to do. It's a small pot. I only use it for bringing my solid oils and butters to liquid so that I can incorporate them into my other liquid oils. There is a process if you do not want to have a pot to mess with, or if you don't want to invest in like a heat source and transporting your oils or using your kitchen or for whatever matter. The heat transfer method of cold processing soap, it will allow you to benefit from the heat reaction during the live water creation. That heat reaction, you'll see that live water solution will get very hot. Some soapers use that to melt their for solid oils, and that's called the heat transfer method. I've used it. I find it absolutely wonderful. As a matter of fact, I rather the heat transfer method than having to incorporate this pot into my little space that I have. So for me, the heat transfer method may prove very beneficial. But for you, if you're working near a stove, or if you don't mind setting up a little heat plate, you may be able to get away with having the pot and using it. So just consider that for a minute, okay? So now that you have something that contains all of your oils, here it is, you've made a batch of soap, everything's beautiful, you have your base, everything's made. Now you'd like to be more creative, and you don't want the batch of soap to be one solid color. You're going to have to invest in smaller containers, much smaller than what I've shared with you. Over time, I've accumulated these. Let me first share with you the ones that were repurposed from my kitchen. So I had this one, and I don't know what I used it for, and I'm thinking about retiring it because it looks like it's seen better days. So if I wanted to say have quart of the soap be blue, I can pour out a small portion into here, mix my blue colorant in here, and this small portion I'll be able to maybe do a drop swirl of blue. But you'll need some small containers if you intend on being so creative with your soap. And this is a plastic one with the same HDPE too, and then this is a glass container, and it's like one of the Anchor. You can get these from Walmart. And what I did was, because I rather glass, I actually went to Walmart and invested in 3 more. And this literally holds 2 cups, and then I invested in 2 of these. This is a quart. It holds 4 cups. Some more plastic containers, which I bought these from Walmart as well. They're smaller ones. These are 4 cup plastic containers. So these are for splitting your batches to have multiple colors. I haven't used these in any other capacity except for cold process soaping. If you rather get all your tools like this, the containers from Home Depot or Lowe's, look for these containers. These are awesome, and they are made with the sole purpose of handling different chemicals and mixtures and what have you. I purchased these in the paint department, and these hold 3/4 of a liter. This is like 750 milliliters, both of these, and I can use these for splitting batches and what have you. And then lastly, these I ordered from Brambleberry. I really like these because when I'm working with a very fluid soap base or portion of soap, this makes pouring and hitting an area or a spot dead on because of the long spout. Brambleberry sells these. So does Nurture Soap, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll leave the link below for all of these containers, but these containers make it beautiful when you're pouring from up high and you want that drop swirl, or if you're doing something special with your glycerin soap bases, then the long spout makes it very easy to be very punctual, it gets where you need it to go, or you can get in really close and really put a fine bead of soap down, a fine line of soap down because of the shape of the spout. So far, these are all of the containers that I personally have used in soap making that I think would benefit you. Take from it what you would like and utilize what you have at your disposal initially, because a lot of these containers, especially the ones that were purchased, this was purchased over time. As projects became bigger, this was purchased over time. So you don't really have to go out and buy too much. A Dollar Tree is a very good place to start, because a couple of dollars, maybe $5 or $6 will go a long way for getting you a couple of spatulas and bowls, and you can whip up something real quick in your kitchen or wherever you do your soaps. I hope this video was beneficial to someone. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them below. Please check the description box for links to some of the products that may be available for purchase that you'll have access to. Please like this video. Please subscribe to the channel. As always, thanks a lot for tuning in. Bye-bye.